Getting dressed doesn't have to be complicated. You can still look chic and put together with fewer clothes than you might think. It's less about having variety and more about having the right pieces that work for you. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my summer capsule wardrobe. These are the pieces that I'm going to be wearing on repeat all summer long. Also that you can make getting dressed feel effortless this summer without overthinking it. So let's start with summer tops. I think it's nice to have a variety of cotton t-shirts that are going to be on the more casual, relaxed side, and some that feel a bit more elevated and polished. And in my summer capsule wardrobe, I have a mix of both. These t-shirts might look the same to you, and I love them both for different reasons, but this one's constructed to feel a bit more structured and boxy, and is actually quite a bit thicker compared to this one, which I like to wear in more casual situations when I want to feel a little bit easy breezy, where it feels a bit more oversized and on the casual side. So when I'm looking at t-shirts for my own wardrobe, I like to think about how I'm going to be wearing them and how I want to feel in them in my outfit. Do I want to feel more polished but still laid back? Or do I want to feel a bit more casual and relaxed? And I'm gonna pick a different t-shirt for both of those scenarios. But I think it's going to be the key to help you create those outfits that end up looking the way you want to feel. And just like I think it's important to have a variety of t-shirts in different weights and silhouettes in your closet, I think it's also really handy to have a few different options when it comes to tank tops. I love a clean, minimalist, almost 90s silhouette like this one. I think the more minimal you go with especially something like a tank top, the easier it is to actually elevate with things like silk trousers, linen trousers, or skirts in the summer. They're so minimal that they seem to go with everything. But if you want to kick it up a notch, I think it's also nice to add in a few different colors and necklines. This tank top I've been reaching for quite a lot this summer. It's in this really nice muted blue, and it does have a high crew neckline, but it does have some nice detailing in the back that just makes it a bit more interesting. Another great neckline that I love for summer is a halter or a V neckline. I think it's a nice way to show extra skin without feeling too revealing, and you can get tops with interesting details like this neckline actually twists, and you can even wear it around your neck like this to give a more keyhole effect in the neckline. So when you have your basics covered in your wardrobe, I think it's nice to expand outwards and just look for little details like this that will add that extra bit of interest to your outfits, especially if you tend to dress on the more minimal side. But in the summer, you don't always want a basic t-shirt or tank top, and that's where I think adding a few more elevated tops can be really helpful. So having a top like this one that I'm wearing, for example, is such a nice addition because it just has that elevation built in. This top is actually part of this set, but I think it wears so well on its own. I would wear this with shorts, I'd wear this with a skirt, I'd wear this with silk pants or linen pants, and it can kind of just be that one piece that bumps everything up a level. But other pieces that I've added to my wardrobe are tops like this. This tube top is linen, so it's going to add that little bit of extra texture. It's still going to be breathable, but it fans out a little bit at the waist, so it immediately gives more shape and flow to the silhouette compared to a basic tank top or tube top that I'd otherwise go for. So especially in the summer when it's really difficult to layer, when you want your outfits to feel more elevated and stylish, it really is all about these little details. This next essential gives you such instant style points that I wish I discovered it sooner, and that is having some matching sets. It instantly makes you look like you know what you're doing. I love a suit set in the fall, but in the summer, I think you really can't go wrong with a short set. This is a linen vest and trouser short set that I got from Fabrique, who are kindly sponsoring this part of the video. Fabrique partners with over 300 designers worldwide that have worked for brands like Dior, Hermes. You get access to these designers that create designs exclusive to them, so you're not going to find them anywhere else. I ended up choosing this set designed by Thomas Wakeford. He is a UK designer. He's worked with brands like Victoria Beckham. I was so drawn to this set for the polished tailoring and the fact that it's made of 100% linen and lined with cotton. So not only is it chic and quite polished, but it's going to be breathable. I chose this silk set by designer Victoria Chan. I think it is so minimal and elevated, but so breezy and chic at the same time. It basically feels like you're wearing pajamas, which is the main reason why I think having a couple of different sets in your wardrobe is so important. And if you're looking for some unique accessories for your wardrobe, Fabrique also has you covered there. This is the Navigil Hobo Bag in calfskin that's designed by Valeria Masai. She's actually the former women's leather director for Bottega Veneta, where she helped create a lot of iconic designs alongside Daniel Lee, like the Bottega pillow cassette and the pouch bag. I love how this bag can look quite structured, but also quite slouchy and chill at the same time. So it's just a really unique silhouette. And for more casual, laid back days where you still want to feel really put together, I think having a more laid back set like this is so easy. I ended up choosing this set designed by Noha Atta because I saw my friend wearing it on TikTok and she wore it almost as like a beach cover like this. And I think it looked so cute and so fun. Kind of reminds me of like a peppermint. So thank you so much to Fabrique for sponsoring this part of the video. But if you were interested in checking them out, they did give me a discount code, which I'll leave in the description to save a little cash. Next, I want to get into some summer bottoms that I think can really take your wardrobe to the next level that aren't just jean shorts. No shade to the jean shorts, I love them, and I do think they're great in most casual situations, but if you want to feel a bit more elevated and put together, then I think having these next few sets of bottoms is really going to go far in your closet. And that's where I want to talk about a linen skirt. I think for skirts in the summer, the go-to thought might be a silk skirt or even a cotton skirt, but I think a linen skirt just adds a little bit of an unexpected texture that I think dresses up and down so easily. I've worn this with t-shirts, I've worn it with tank tops, and I've worn it as a set for more formal occasions, so this ended up being a great addition to my closet. When it comes to summer bottoms, I'm definitely going to be living in things like cotton shorts, linen pants, and jean shorts, but there's a couple of other bottoms that I'm going to be reaching for when I want to feel a bit more chic and polished. And that's gonna be a pair of silk pants. And I really do wish I added them sooner. I think that they just add this level of polish and sophistication into a look that really doesn't have much happening with it. I love pairing these with something simple and basic like a cotton t-shirt, a tank top, or a button down, where I think it just adds that perfect bit of contrast and texture that summer outfits often so desperately need to feel put together. So a silk bottom can really be used as a tool to add some softness to an outfit, but when I want to feel just a bit more tailored and structured, that's where I'm going to be reaching for a pair of trouser shorts. But these I think you can wear so easily on their own, and I'm looking forward to wearing it not only as part of the set, but with things like basic t-shirts, tank tops, and I think it would even look quite cute with a summer loafer. I'm a fan of denim all year round, but in the summer, I have lately found myself really gravitating towards white jeans. So I'm gonna be rotating these into my wardrobe this summer quite a bit, in addition to my lighter washes and just my more lightweight denim in general. And I think the key for white denim, especially in the summer, is actually to make sure that they fit more on the loose side. Not only to feel effortless, but to actually be able to function in the heat. When things are too tight and close to your body, simply put, it's uncomfortable. So I think having a pair of white denim in a either wide leg or more barrel silhouette is really the way to go in the summer. For a more elevated but still wearable everyday summer capsule wardrobe, I think it is nice to have a few dresses that can be dressed up and down easily. Some are definitely a bit more on the fancy side. This is an 100% silk dress that I got secondhand last year that I love wearing to an event, to a date night, but in the summer you can actually dress it down quite easily. I think that's the beauty of especially having a silk slip dress in the summer. I also added this one recently in this dark chocolate brown, and it has a bit of a crinkled texture, so it feels a little less precious than a full-blown silk, which I think is a nice option. And then this jersey tube dress just offers a different silhouette. The silk quite easy and can even read a bit more sporty because of that jersey material. In the summer, sometimes it's just too hot to think about what you're going to be wearing, so I think having a few dresses that can act as your one and done go-to is such an easy way to still look stylish, but with very little effort. But sometimes you do want something to layer with in the summer. And that's where I'm going to be reaching for my cotton, linen, and silk button-down shirts. Not only can you wear these on their own, but I like to think of them as my outerwear in the summer. It's often way too hot to wear a blazer, but you do want to cover up your arms, you want to protect yourself from the sun. That's where having a couple of shirts like this in your wardrobe on rotation is going to be really important. But on cooler summer nights, sometimes you're gonna want a layer that feels a bit more substantial, and that's where I like to reach for things like my denim jacket or lightweight cotton jackets. The denim jacket goes without saying, it does read a bit more casual, but I think that's where you can pair it with things like your silk trousers, your silk dresses, linen skirts, things like that, your more elevated pieces. And that to me has always been the trick to avoid feeling too casual in your outfits. It's denim, it's 100% cotton, so it's gonna be breathable, but still giving me the layering that I might need in the summer. And this chore style jacket also caught my eye, but when I saw the name of this jacket, I really couldn't resist. It's called the Dnipro jacket, and it's made by designer Lilia Litkovska. So not only is this jacket super chic, it's chill, it's oversized, and it's quite lightweight, so I think it's actually a great option for those cooler summer nights and transitioning into fall. So these are the pieces that I think can really elevate a summer wardrobe without having to try too hard. But if you're just getting started with your wardrobe and you need to know the basics, you can check out this video next. Thanks for watching. Bye.